The bucket policy is where you can say, I don't care who you are, this is what I care about in terms of protecting the objects inside of this bucket. The IAM roles are often used in lots of parts of the system, and there are often a great many of them, right? And I did another one of these misconfiguration exploit webinars where I showed using IAM assume role, right? So if you go to let's go to EC2 and let's do it. So by default, when I'm in EC2, I can go grab an EC2 instance and I can change its IAM role. Well, if I can change its IAM role, let's see here. Instance settings, attach, replace IAM role. Okay, this guy's in maintenance role. Maintenance role actually can't see S3, but let's go S3 read write. Okay, now I'm S3 read write. So the reason I showed that is it's hard to fully control. Now, by the way, that should always be turned off. That capability to change roles should always be turned off for anything that has an IAM role that's running in production. But I just showed you by default, the console has it. In fact, I've seen a lot of stuff in production that has it. So the way I think about this is my S3 bucket is like my last bastion against whatever random stuff is in IAM out there that might be in use. So I think that think of them that way. Think of the way I think of them anyway is the S3 bucket policy is my defenses, and the IAM roles are my permissions. And the S3 bucket policy is going to win, right? So even if somebody screws up an IAM role, if you're scoping down that bucket policy pretty narrowly, and there's lots of things you can put in there in terms of which principles and so on. I showed a very simple example. You can no matter, even if somebody really screws up an IAM role and grants way too many permissions and that becomes accessible, or a bad guy gets a hold of it, you can still defend the data in that S3 bucket with the bucket policy. So you should do both well, is the short answer.